Alright, hello and welcome to Life with Matthew. For a long time now, I've wanted to do a review of the games I played on my channel, but never seemed to be able to find the time. Well, recently, I've been playing some games that I decided wouldn't make for good streaming, but are fun games, so here we are. Let's reach into my gamerspin and see what I've got. Well, apparently what I've got is The Secret of Gillwood. This is definitely the bargain section of the gamerspin, and not because it's a bad game, mind you, but because it is dirt cheap. If you're looking for a functional platformer that takes a couple hours of your life away from you, then you're going to want to grab this game. It's only $5 now on Steam. The Secret of Gillwood has been around for a couple years now and saw a major update going to 2020 that changed the character you play from a cross-shaped angel made out of flowing particles into a glowing orb. A glowing orb with ambiguous boundaries which can make... Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the story first. The premise of the game is that the gods in the land of Gillwood were chilling in heaven when they felt a coldness pass through their souls. They paid it no mind at first, but eventually there was no more warmth, and the heavens turned into a mysterious darkness, and they started to lose their mojo, so they sent you to figure out what's going on. Now this raises an interesting question. Do gods and angels have souls? I've always thought of a soul as the quintessential essence of who we are, the part of ourselves that transcends crude matter, given to us by a caring and intelligent creator. But being a being of spirit, would gods and angels, even fictitious ones in a game, have a deeper part of themselves? Shoot, I wasn't paying attention to the tutorial. Well, I'm sure it was nothing too important. I mean, I know how to move, jump, and run. Let's talk about the environment. The world of Gillwood is fairly large. There's a lot of areas to explore, but unfortunately, there isn't much to see. This game is primarily the work of a single developer, so I understand that he put his focus into the areas that are relevant to the gameplay, but I wish there was a lot more to see to build up the mystery of Gillwood. Like this place, just off the main path when you first start the game. Is this a jousting arena? Is there any sort of significance to it being here? If I'm going to play a game where it takes a minute of walking through a countryside just to get to my next destination when I'm going the straight path, I want to be rewarded for taking my time to explore. We're told that by collecting these energy orbs, we somehow uncover the secret of Gillwood, but once you do collect them, all that happens is that the next area becomes accessible. Places like this jousting area would be the perfect spot to hide books of lore about why Gillwood is completely desolated. Imagine following the story of some villager as we find bits of a diary through exploration, and the glowing orbs we're supposed to collect were actually keys to unlock the doors, or maybe they remove a spiritual barrier you couldn't get past. Now this is definitely a large critique of mine, but the only reason I even have it is because I had fun playing the game, and I want to see it fleshed out more in the next revision. Like right here. There's nothing to do in this area at all. But it looks like if I could get in just the right spot, I could jump up onto this wall and find a secret. Except, nope, there's no way. There are several of these areas that look like there's going to be a payout for me getting interested in the world just for there to be nothing. And I waste so much time trying to get into these secret areas that don't even exist. Crap, I got distracted again and missed the jump. What was I talking about? I don't know. Anyways, Gillwood has 6 areas to go through to collect 6 orbs. You have the area by the jousting arena, the main city, a tower, a blacksmith's workshop, or maybe it was a small keep, the docks, and a final cave. Each of them offer a unique set of platforming challenges to overcome, but mainly revolve around jumping from this floating thing to that floating thing. Is that too much of a simplification? I feel like I've described the core mechanic of a platformer, and described it poorly at that. Even though that's what it boils down to, there really are unique challenges. Take the area by the jousting field for example. It's all about precision jumps from pole to pole. Whereas the tower area is more about climbing ever higher, and the city is about finding the right path to actually get to the orb. And the docks, I missed the jump again. Okay, I stalled long enough at this point. Let's talk about the actual gameplay mechanics. I said that I'd get back to you on being a glowing orb with ambiguous boundaries, and now it's time to talk about that. Since you don't know where your feet are, this can make platforming hard. Like, painfully hard. And the fact that you're a glowing ball against a dark and dreary background is definitely not helping anything. Am I at the edge of the pole? Am I in the middle? I don't know. I can barely see the difference because the ball is glowing so brightly in my face. And this game is not messing around when it comes to platforming. Once you hit the jump button, you are committed to the jump. There's no speeding up, there's no slowing down or changing directions. Once you're in the air, that is it. You better pray that you're going the exact right speed when you jump to go the exact right distance to land on the next platform. And once you do land, you better not be pressing any direction buttons, or else you'll undoubtedly screw everything up and fall off. No, 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 no! This can be difficult if, by way of example, you've been trained throughout your whole life that you're supposed to press the direction you're jumping to continue the jump. So your muscle memory has you pressing forward just to land and have you frantically pushing back and forth to hopefully not fall off the narrow pole. Nope, time to try again. This was such a huge issue for me that once I jumped, I started taking my hands completely off the keyboard until I had landed. Don't worry about sliding off when you land. If your orb sticks to landing, you are on. It's only once you start pushing buttons that you'll screw things up. And trust me, you are going to be screwing things up. A lot. It took me a solid half hour to get past the first orb as I learned the game mechanics. At one point, I honestly thought about quitting and leaving the game forever, as I fell time after time after time again. I thought the developer must be a cruel and sadistic jerk, that this was some sort of hoax game designed to troll the unsuspecting person like myself. At least, that's what I thought until I realized a key piece of information. Remember that dialogue box I missed in the tutorial because I let my mind wander? Turns out, it was talking about the quick save feature. As long as you're standing on a stationary platform and not one of the boxes or barrels that are mysteriously floating around, you can do a quick save by pressing F. Then once you screw everything up, you can load back to that position by pressing H. And it turns out that while I was still trying to learn the game, I was doing it all in hard mode. And even once I had it figured out, I still didn't use it for a while because each time you hit quick save, this little red box pops up saying the quick save is on cooldown. I thought this was telling me that my attempts to save the game had been unsuccessful. How long could it possibly take for it to cool down, I wondered? Turns out that the red box is only visible while you can't save. Once I figured all this out, suddenly the game became fun and amazing. Anyways, let's talk about the sounds of the game real quick. Do you like rain? Because this game takes place in what I can only assume is the rainiest part of Britain. It definitely goes a long way to adding a muted and dreary atmosphere that the prologue tells us about. The whole time you play the game, you can hear the distant sound of rain falling in the background. Now personally, I like the sound of rain, so I didn't care about this and actually found it quite pleasant. But if you're someone who doesn't necessarily like the sound of rain going on in the background, this might wear on you after a bit. As for the game's music, there are 2 tracks. The first track fits the tone of the game perfectly. It's a somber and reflective piece that doesn't get on your nerves, and you can easily listen to this on a loop without any problems. The second piece? Well, for me, I swear I've heard this in a Find the Object game somewhere, so that threw me for a loop and kind of took me out of this game. The only real issue with the music is that every time you do a quick load, and you're going to be doing a quick load a lot, it's going to randomly select one of the 2 tracks to play from the beginning. Often, this is going to be the same track you were already listening to, it just restarts it from the beginning. Now, I don't understand enough about this game mechanics to know why this happens, but I'd love to see it fixed in the future so that the track continues uninterrupted when you do a quick load. Alright, let's wrap this all up with a quick summary. Too short. I think you'll hear this a lot in my summary of games. I really like independently developed games made with solo or small dev teams, and that often means they pour their heart and soul into something just for it to not be very long. Once I actually figured out how to use the quick save and load features, then I ended up liking the game and its atmosphere a whole lot. I would love to see this game be twice as long. Needs more plot. I deliberately didn't show the ending to this game. You're gonna have to play it for yourself if you want to know how it ends, but the game could stand for just a tiny bit more of a plot. A couple of scrolls you could pick up, or changing some of the achievements you get from "You found the marketplace" to an in-game dialogue about what I see in the market and how that shapes my understanding of what happened in Gillwood would go a long way to this. It would only take some minor tweaks to achieve. At least, that's what I think, but what do I know? I don't make games. Life with Matthew's Game Bin bargain. This game has an excellent atmosphere, especially when you get the right soundtrack going. It has a bit of a learning curve. Shoot, it has a huge learning curve, but once you get used to the quirks, you can actually enjoy the challenge. Heck, if you keep yourself from using the quick save and load features, this game has a built-in hard mode for anyone looking to really challenge themselves. If you like platformers, this is a great game to add to your collection for just $5. If you have a problem spending $5 on an atmospheric piece with about 2 hours of gameplay, well, add it to your wish list and grab it when it goes on sale for $2 or $3. Finally, awesome dev team. I got stuck hard in this game at one point. I thought I was supposed to take this boat that went past the docks after getting the 5th orb, and wasted a solid hour going all over the place in this game trying to figure out what I had done wrong. I asked for help on the community board and got nothing back. I finally found the dev's email, and as a last-ditch effort sent him a request for help, and to my surprise, not only did he get back to me, he got back to me the same day, despite living in someplace like Germany. Turns out, I missed the super obvious door you were supposed to go through. And this isn't me being sarcastic. The game literally does a cutscene to this door opening, and I just missed it. Now the dev told me he's going back to game design school and didn't have any more time to play around with the game, so we're unlikely to see future revisions. However, he also said that if enough people showed interest in this game, he would come back and expand it out more. So yeah, go and get it, then write some reviews so we can get more of the story. Alright, that's it for this look into my gaming bin. Take care everyone, and until the next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.